Browns rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel unable to finish the job as Vikings win 21-17 on the last play of the game, last drive.
But I think, and Dion certainly thinks, that there is going to be a world in which Shedeur sets foot in a football game. Now, it seems to me that Dion thinks it's coming sooner than I think it might happen, but they all are starting to feel pretty excited about the fact, canny sense of touch. If he's got really good vision, and if he sees that a defender has jumped the route or something like that, he can put the right kind of touch and lift it right over a defender into the hands of the receiver in the end zone. I've seen him do it.
Breaking news from Cleveland. Mary Kay Cabot has thrown some subtle shade at Dillon Gabriel following the Browns' loss to the Vikings. In a recent tweet, she pointed out that Dillon Gabriel fell short and couldn't get the Browns across the line. Despite throwing 2 touchdowns in the game, Gabriel still couldn't seal the deal when it mattered most. And now, once again, Mary Kay is suggesting that the Browns should consider bringing in Shedeur Sanders at least behind Dillon in the QB2 position to keep the pressure on him to perform. But before we dive into all the details of what happened, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Dillon Gabriel came into this matchup with plenty of hype and energy, but as the game went on, things started to unravel. His accuracy began to dip, and his throws were drifting off target more than expected. Sure, he managed to toss 2 touchdowns in the first half, but when it came time to close things out, he just couldn't deliver. The issues with his size and field positioning became more noticeable as the pressure built, and that ultimately made it tough for him to guide the Browns to the finish line. Gabriel's struggles only grew as the game went on. His fumbles started to become a real concern, and he repeatedly gave away crucial possessions. The Vikings' towering defense made things even tougher, collapsing the pocket and leaving him rattled. Under heavy pressure, Gabriel just couldn't find his rhythm, and most of his passes failed to make it through when it mattered most. And that's when the pressure really hit. Mary Kay Cabot was closely watching the game unfold, and she didn't hold back in her assessment. She noticed one key issue: Gabriel's clear struggle to manage the defensive pressure in the later stages of the matchup. It was a rough outing, and Mary Kay made that known on Twitter shortly after the final whistle. In her post, she highlighted how Gabriel failed to push the Browns over the line, even missing a crucial last-minute touchdown that ultimately sealed their loss. But Mary Kay's comments weren't just criticism. They were a reminder. She was subtly calling back to what Dillon Gabriel had said before the game when he tried to take a jab at Shedeur Sanders. Ahead of his first NFL start, Gabriel had gone on social media, throwing shade at Sanders and claiming he wasn't worried about outside noise because he was all about the team. Yet when it came time to prove it on the field, that message fell apart. Under pressure, Gabriel couldn't deliver for his team, losing control of the game when they needed him most.
And we can only control what we can control, but yeah, I don't want to speak for anyone in particular. And,
At that point, Gabriel was full of confidence, standing firm on his beliefs and the mindset he claimed set him apart. He made it clear that he wasn't interested in the spotlight, and that being a true leader meant putting the team's success above everything else. Comments many interpreted as more quiet shots at Shedeur Sanders. But after the tough loss to the Vikings, all that talk doesn't seem to carry the same weight anymore. The Browns came painfully close to a win, yet Gabriel's performance in the clutch moments has left many questioning whether his words can still back up his game.
And I've been through weeks of prep and a bunch of them, if you go back, but you just continue to attack it with your process and how you want to accomplish that. But I think it's us coming together, like I said, not to be, cliche or keep saying the same thing, but
now, it's not just Mary Kay Cabot raising concerns. Several other analysts are joining the conversation, questioning Dillon Gabriel's poise when it comes to finishing games. Ryan, in particular, suggested that Shedeur Sanders could have made a real difference during those crucial moments. He even criticized Coach Stefanski's choice to keep Joe Flacco as the backup instead of giving Sanders that role, calling it a missed chance to have 2 promising young quarterbacks available. In Ryan's view, if Sanders had been ready to step in when Gabriel started to falter, the entire outcome of the game might have looked very different.
Joe Flacco, can't get it done anymore. So bring Shedeur Sanders up, with the young kid, the lefty, and now your first and second team.
Rex Ryan stressed that the Browns need to shift their focus toward developing their young quarterbacks and giving them the platform to show whether they can truly lead the franchise moving forward. He clarified that his backing of Shedeur Sanders isn't about favoritism. It's about acknowledging raw ability and potential. In Ryan's eyes, Sanders has what it takes to be the Browns' future starter, and it's time the organization lets him prove it on the field. To him, this isn't just about handing out opportunities. It's about committing to a long-term vision for the team's success.
We want to see, and make no mistake, Alex, we talked about this yesterday. You said there's 2 first-round picks that they have next year, right?
Yep.
So this is about, let's see what we have. Are one of these guys going to be our quarterback moving forward?
Right.
And to me, look, I was saying something about Shedeur Sanders, and to me, I just know this kid has so much ability.
In the end, analysts across the board seem to agree on one thing. Dillon Gabriel simply couldn't make the impact the Browns needed when it mattered most. Despite showing flashes of promise early in the game, his struggles under pressure became too costly. The late fumbles, off-target throws, and missed reads in critical moments painted the picture of a quarterback still trying to find his footing in the league. Many believe that the Browns' narrow loss to the Vikings wasn't just about bad luck. It was about execution, or rather, the lack of it when the spotlight was brightest. Mary Kay Cabot's remarks set off the discussion, but others like Rex Ryan have only amplified it. They argue that the Browns might be holding themselves back by not exploring their full potential at the quarterback position. Ryan, along with several analysts, believes that Shedeur Sanders could be the spark this team needs, a young, dynamic player who thrives in high-pressure situations. For them, the message is clear. The Browns should start thinking long-term, and that means giving Sanders a real shot. Dillon Gabriel's confidence and mindset were tested against Minnesota, and unfortunately, the outcome didn't match his pre-game talk. As the team reflects on the loss, the questions grow louder. Is Gabriel truly ready to lead this team? Or is it time to turn the page and give Shedeur Sanders his chance? What do you think, Browns fans? Was this just a tough outing for Gabriel, or a sign that the Browns need to rethink their quarterback situation? Should Shedeur Sanders finally get his shot to prove he's ready for the big stage? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. We want to hear what you think about Cleveland's next move.